So we changed the title of this reading. In sending out invitations, I kind of satirized the original title, which was the anti-T. So there are two voices here: the voice of the ad announcement and the questioning audience. Come to the anti-T. I like tea. Coffee house, chock full of nuts. Poetry. Collective sounds socialist to me. Presents, get to the point. Subversive, I knew it, fifth column. Poems, that highfalutin word again. That challenge, I want to be entertained. Conventional wisdom, what'd he say? To reveal bohemian air still breathes beneath the granite pavements of the West Village, where the shades of Whitman, Millay, E. E. Cummings, Auden, Ginsberg mourn a world that once was, waiting to be reborn. So that's the old title. The new title is From Whitman to Ginsberg, the subversive poems that challenge conventional wisdom. But now, given the shenanigans that's going on in Congress, I think I might go back to the old title. With Ted Cruz, Rand Paul, and Mike Lee, the Three Musketeers. Let's see, what's their new, I have their new statement. All for one, none for all. With charity for none, with malice toward all. I think that's the beginning of a poem. Okay, so now we have a little prelude before the readers, the main readers. Ptr Kozlowski is going to read a poem that I think is fantastic. I asked him to read it. He's been videotaping these. He was featured in the 3rd edition, and he's been featured all over the city now. He goes back to CBGB's, the 1980s, Baby Boom and JD Rage, and he's back on the scene, and he's going to present this poem, and I welcome, and I'm going to be featured with him in March at Green Pavilion. I'm very honored for that. So let's hear a warm welcome for Ptr Kozlowski. Thank you.
So then, you and I, against the sky? How about across the table, maybe? I mean, the muttering retreats I get, although the half-deserted streets, we don't see so much no more. But the part about being hollow, I can definitely relate to that. Because we were hollow. We were hollow too. Those guys felt hollow after the First World War. A whole lot more has happened after that. We were hollow. We were beat. We were dada. We were aujourd'hui, Ramon et Mort. We were counterculture, punk, alternative, and grunge. We were blank. We were X. We were rejects. We were bums. The more they beat their martial drums, the more we wanted to sing the blues. Because here we were, the crown of creation, hiding under our desks in school. And the more they played that marching music, the more we wanted jazz. The sound of the bugle playing reveille, reincarnated as a tenor sax. You talk about eyes I dare not meet in dreams. Yeah, tell me about it, Thomas. You mean the gas-masked eyes of the chemical trench warfare. But then there's the death camps, the killing fields, the Hiroshima, Mon Amour. We were postmodern, post-traumatic, post-9/11. We were vacant. We were gone. We were dropouts. We were strangers like Billy Pilgrim. We were Dean Moriarty, still on the road, looking for the father that he never got to know. Patty Hearst knew her father, knew him pretty well. Decided she didn't like him so much. But neither did a lot of other people, you know. Men formerly of stature had come to be despised. Some of the great achievements were as nothing in our eyes. It was like a mass extinction of role models for guys. I'd love to ride to the ridge where the west commences and gaze at the moon till I lose my senses. Sure, I can't stand fences, but I can't stand the thought of all those myths and all those hearts who were buried at Wounded Knee. We don't need another hero, so what am I supposed to be? Another Mr. Bojangles? Come on, you know I never could dance. We pile this whole bunch of stuff we all hate on a big goat. We call it the man. They go out in the desert every summer and burn him in effigy, don't they? You don't need to tie Leonard Cohen to the kitchen chair. He's still a beautiful loser after all these years. Like his character he wrote, too willing to shoulder the humiliations of harmless peoples. Yeah, right. Like we're sojourning spirits in the material world. We snapped our fingers instead of clapping in our existentialist applause. And we turned from melody to rapping for no reason, just because baby was a black sheep, baby was a whore. By the time she got to Woodstock, we were 500,000 strong, but with decidedly mixed results. We could evade the draft, but we couldn't evade the mortgage debacle, or raising our children in broken homes. Outside of society, it's where we want to be. And we saw some best minds of our generations living lives of quiet desperations, their songs and poems still stuck inside of them. And we still keep having that chimes of freedom flash and dream. And we still keep hearing that voice of Ian Curtis sing, I feel it closing in, I feel it closing in, day out, and we know what he's talking about. The lost generation and the blank generation had a meeting of the mind singing, I wanna be sedated like a patient etherized upon a table. We were Dada, we were beat, we were hollow, we were outlaw, we were goth, we were emo, we were dissident, outliers, unplugged, lo-fi, and John Gull. And I still haven't found what I'm looking for. All of which, quoth he, while she, across the table, had not been able to keep on listening to all of this. Her mind moved on. She was thinking of a song. Where have all the cowboys gone?
That was fantastic. Thank you so much, Peter. That was incredible. We have one more Prelude performer, Sue Polo, who just got into the house. She's going to sing a couple of songs for us. This is the first time we're doing something like this. And I want to pay tribute to Sue, who's been on the scene, keeping the flame of poetry alive for over 20 years. At the Satin Poetry Series, at the Revolver Bar, before and there's a party, the 20th anniversary party on October 14th. And she's, what are you going to do? Do a cappella. Okay, so Sue's going to sing a couple of songs. And I also want to pay tribute to all the people like Joshua Meander and Evie Ivy, Patricia Carragon, George Wallace, David Lawton, people who have kept poetry series going, Cat George over the years, to Alan Baxter, of course, and so many more. I'm sorry if I don't, but all the people that have been doing this for the last several years to keep the flame of poetry alive. Anyway, here's Sue Polo, and I'm honored to have her join us here. And I actually got back on the poetry scene through Sue, so I want to personally thank her.
And Bernard has been a real champion of my reading, and I really appreciate that. And I'm in good company with so many wonderful hosts of other readings. Okay, so which do you want first? God bless. This song has been made very famous by Billie Holiday, among others. God bless the child. Them that's got shall have, them that's not shall lose. So the Bible says, and it still is news. Mama may have, Papa may have, oh, but God bless the child who's got his own, who's got his own. Yes, the strong gets more while the weak ones fade. Empty pockets don't always make the grade. Mama may have, Papa may have, oh, but God bless the child who's got his own, who's got his own. Money, you've got lots of friends crowding round your door, but when you're gone and spending ends, they don't come no more. Rich relations give crust of bread and such. You can help yourself, but don't take too much. Mama may have, Papa may have, oh, but God bless the child who's got his own, who's got his own. I could go into the piece, but there's not much time tonight. I know there's so many people, so just going to do it straight. So then there's this wonderful song, somewhere, oh, it's called Over the Rainbow. And Judy Garland wrote this one, so beautifully famous. One of my idols. Both of those female are my idols, of course. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wind up way above where stars are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. If birds fly over the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly above the rainbow,